Hi guys, I'm Kelly the KitchenKop and I want to show you how easy it is to make homemade rolls. So I'm going to time this and see exactly how long this takes. So it is 12:49 p.m. right now and I hope I remember to check the clock when we're all done. So the first thing you do is you get your mixing bowl and you put in your dough hook. And then you put in 2 teaspoons of yeast and 2 cups of warm water, and you have to make sure it's not hot because if it's hot it'll kill the yeast, but you don't want it cool either. You want it warm enough so it can activate it. So I'm going to get that right now. Okay, so I just put my hand in to feel and it's just warm, so it's perfect. So you pour that in and you let it kind of dissolve for a few minutes. So in the meantime, I'm going to butter my pans. Normally I make small rolls, like dinner roll size, but today I'm going to make them a little bit bigger because I have some chicken cooling that I just cooked in my pressure cooker for chicken salad tonight. So I wanted to be a little bit bigger so it's more like a sandwich. So I'm just going to butter my pans up and down the sides and on the bottom. Be sure to get all the way up on the sides because your rolls will rise, obviously. I'm just using a cold hunk of butter. Okay, so my pans are all buttered. Next, I'm just going to add the rest of the ingredients, but not the salt yet. Salt goes last because you don't want it to kill the yeast. So next is the sugar, the egg, the flour, which is 7 cups, and that was half a cup sugar, by the way. Oh, and 1.5 teaspoons of really soft or melted butter. I have some really soft butter sitting here on the counter, so I am just going to drop that in. Now, you put the lid on, and you turn it on, just let it knead for, I'll see how, once it all comes together, I'll let it knead probably for 2 or 3 more minutes. Okay, so I forgot the salt, but it doesn't matter. We can just put it in now. It's only been kneading for about a minute now. The flour that's in there now will protect it. And it's already into a nice ball. So I'm just going to turn it back on to knead for another minute or so. So my Bosch is a workhorse. I love this thing. I've had it over 10 years now and it's still going strong. It's great. The only thing is I told the kids maybe for my birthday I want to get a stainless steel bowl. I would love that. But this thing is so powerful and so efficient. It kneads bread, more efficiently than if you did it by hand, so you don't need to do it as long. So now I just take it out of here. Get the dough hook out. What I love about this is you don't have to roll this out on the counter. You don't have to make a big mess. You don't have to rise it, give it a double rise at all. We're just going to roll it into balls, whatever size you want, depending on how big you want the finished product to be. And then you let it rise one time and you bake it and you're done. So I'll put the entire recipe in the show notes below, or you'll see it in this post if you're on my blog looking at this video. But so you just grab it out. I'm going to get a little flour on my hands just in case it's sticky. It's really not very, it's a really nice dough. It's not very sticky, really easy to work with. Actually, what I'll do instead, sometimes I do this instead of flour, I just butter my hands. So then you just start grabbing gobs of dough. And so this is how it looks now. It's just kind of in a nice glob in there. And if I was making dinner rolls, I would make them kind of like more golf ball size. You can make a bunch of them. But because I'm making more like buns that I want for sandwich bread for our chicken salad, I'm going to make them a little bit bigger. So I guess, I don't know how big that is. We'll see how they, it doesn't really matter because like however they end up rising is fine for a sandwich. But it's nice to have them kind of all the same size. So you just roll them and you start putting them in your pan. And again, it depends on how big you make them as far as how many you'll get. You can get quite a few out of if you make them the golf ball size and not as many if you make them a little bigger. The other thing that's great about the Bosch is that I could easily get at least 3 and maybe 4 batches of this dough in the Bosch at once. So if you have a huge group coming over that you're feeding, this is a super easy recipe, and everyone loves it because these rolls are delicious. So this is my mom's recipe. It's the easiest bread dough ever. And I love, like I said, that it only has 1 rise, because I don't remember to start things early like I should. That's another reason I love my pressure cooker, because it saves me for last minute dinners. Okay, so my hands are getting a little sticky again, so I'm just gonna butter them again. So I got my first, see, I wasn't exact on making all the sizes match, but again, it really doesn't matter. I'm gonna do my other pan now. And just roll them into balls. Leave a little space in between because they will get quite a bit bigger. So let's see, I think I can get another 4 out of that. So I will just put it on a pie sheet. So I'm gonna butter it quick. I'll just tear it in half. Tear it in half again. There. So, how many did I get? I got 3, 6, 7, 8 in this pan. I got 3, 6, 8 in this pan. And I got 4 more here. Now I'm just gonna let these rise, and let's see, what time is it now? So this took about less than 12 minutes. 12 minutes really to throw this together. Now you just leave them for, it depends on how warm your house is, but I would say like a couple hours or so. And you just kind of keep an eye on them and then throw them in the oven when they're risen, like to where they look like a bun or a roll, dinner roll, whatever you're making. And you just bake them until they're golden brown. And then when they come out, you brush some more butter on top, because, you know, butter, you gotta put more butter on. And then of course when you serve them, more butter. And they're delicious. So I want you guys to try this and let me know if you think it's super easy too. I will come back in a minute and I'll show you, well, a couple hours, and show you how they look. Okay guys, so I wanted to show you how nice and tall these buns came out. The other ones are in the oven right now because these rose a little bit quicker. So I brushed some butter on top, and now they're gonna be the perfect height to cut in half and put some chicken salad on it.